Welcome back to the podcast, and thank you for joining. This week's guest is an independent singer-songwriter and producer who also has a YouTube channel where he teaches other independent artists how to successfully navigate the music business. I have used his videos many times while learning to produce music and highly recommend his channel. Introducing Luke Prov.
My name's Luke Prov. I'm an independent artist, singer, songwriter, producer, content creator. The list somehow keeps getting longer. I also play in a band called Westridge that is separate from my solo project. I actually don't do this as a full-time gig because it does not currently pay the bills, something I'm sure most smaller musicians can probably relate to. But for work, I actually work for my local electrical and water utility company as a meter technician, and that one actually does pay the bills. So, question one, what type of art do you create? I create music, mainly in the indie folk genre. I typically try and write relatable lyrics, then I'll kind of sit down and actually produce out the track. My goal is to write music that resonates with people by kind of tapping into like nostalgia and storytelling. I want my songs to relate to real moments in people's lives, like whether it's reminiscing about old adventures or capturing emotions that words can't fully express. I try and make lyrics that are personal and relatable, and then I'll pair them with melodies and productions that kind of enhance the emotion behind that story. And I guess the other art that I didn't really sign up for in this musical industry is content creation. Unfortunately, musicians can't just release a song and expect it to get streams. We're now forced to make content and get people to stream our songs. So I do enjoy making videos, but videos promoting my music feel a little bit more forced. So it's not my favorite thing to do, but I figured it's worth mentioning just because it ends up consuming way too much of my time. So question two, what is the most rewarding thing that you have experienced because of what you do? One thing that beats any amount of streams is when a song resonates with a listener. I recently released a song called Rainbow Bridge, which it's about the loss of my sister's dog. The amount of DMs and comments and like heartfelt messages I've received was incredibly overwhelming. I've had so many people message me saying this song has helped them get through their loss of a pet. And it's honestly messages like these that really make this music making journey completely worth it. Like I said, no amount of streams will ever beat someone that I don't even know messaging me saying my song has helped them in some sort of way. And I've even had somebody message me saying they're getting a tattoo of the lyrics of Rainbow Bridge, which is an absolute honor. So these little things really mean the world to me and make this experience extremely rewarding. Question three, how and when did you get involved in creating this art form? Well, I was around 9 years old, I think, when my dad bought my first guitar and some lessons. From there, I started taking lessons at a place called Case's Music. And I'm pretty sure my love for music comes from taking lessons there. They had a real passion for getting kids involved in music and bands at a young age. Like within the first year playing guitar, I was put in a band and performed on live stages, and I just fell in love with it. We actually even wrote a few original songs and won a battle of the bands, which was pretty cool as a 12-year-old kid. And I think this is where I learned that I have a passion for making original music. So fast forward 6 or 7 years, I start getting into the EDM genre, I guess for those of you who don't know, electronic dance music genre. I DJ around town with like a really good friend of mine, and that passion for making original music was still there. So we started getting into music production with the EDM genre. We did that up until COVID hit in 2020, and then things kind of came to an abrupt stop. And that's where I learned about TikTok, and I saw all these artists blowing up on the app. So obviously I had to try it out. So I started posting some covers on there, and nothing really popped off other than a few dumb video ideas. But this got me to start learning how to record real instruments and craft songs in the indie, folk, alternative genres. it really ignited that spark for creating original music again. So I set out a goal for myself to fully produce and release a song with my own vocals. So in 2022, I released my first ever song under my solo project, Luke Prov, and that was called Eye of a Hurricane, and I have not stopped releasing music since. Number 5, what drives you to keep creating even when it feels like no one pays attention? I'm going to start this out by saying there's always somebody paying attention, whether you think there is or not. I'll be honest, I don't have any dreams of selling out stadiums or touring across the world. The more I release music, the more I genuinely think it's just not something I would particularly enjoy. So this is a very good question. What does drive me to keep creating? And after thinking about it, I guess there are a couple things here. So number 1, my parents, my girlfriend, and a lot of my family members are actually a massive support. Every single time I release a song, they literally make me feel like a rock star. They'll send me messages saying how amazing the song and lyrics are and how I'm extremely talented. And they just tell me how proud they are. And regardless if they like the song or not and are just saying this stuff because they're my family, they truly do make me feel like I'm made something special. And it really gives me the confidence and motivation to keep pushing and releasing music. And a couple more quick things. I just love writing and producing music. It doesn't matter what is going on in my life or what is going on in the world. When I write music, everything just goes away and it's just me in my studio with my instruments. It's honestly super therapeutic for me. And as a bonus, when I'm finished the project I'm working on that I thoroughly enjoyed, I get to release it and share it with the world. So basically, it's kind of a win-win for me. And lastly, as I mentioned before, when my music resonates with other people and they send me messages how it's helped them get through some point in their life, it really makes everything worth it. Like I said, no amount of streams can top this feeling. So these 3 things put together really drive me to keep creating, even when it seems like nobody's watching. Number 6, what is the thing that you are most proud of? So I don't really have any massive milestones that I can speak about here, but one thing I'm fairly proud of is how far I've come as a music producer. I started out literally knowing nothing about producing music and basically just taught myself through YouTube tutorials how to fully produce tracks. The moment I realized that I've come a long way is when Slate Digital, and for those of you who don't know, Slate Digital is a major player in the audio plugin/software industry. They wanted to make an official Slate Academy course on how to mix my song I Feel Like Running Away. I'm not the most confident person ever, so I'm always very hard on myself when it comes to my own productions. So when Slate wanted to use my song in their course, it really put things into perspective and made me realize that maybe I actually have come a long way with this music production thing. I've also recently started taking on clients and producing for them as well, which is an extremely rewarding experience. So I'm very proud of how far I've come with these production skills. Number 7, what events led to where you are in your fame? Well, I don't think 8,000 monthly listeners is really considered famous, but there are definitely events that have led me to where I'm at. And I kind of mentioned them throughout this. The first thing that led me down this path was taking lessons at a place that actually cared about their students and wanted to get them involved in playing live shows around our community. I think this was kind of the fire starter. The second thing was YouTube. When I was at a young age, I also was very into watching YouTube videos and making videos of my own. I always really enjoyed it and always seemed to be working on some sort of video project. I also always been into following different creators in the music space and learning from them. And YouTube may or may not have some of those embarrassing videos I posted when I was younger. The third thing was electronic dance music. When my friend and I were DJing around town, we started producing music on Logic. And this was really what got me into music production and made me realize that this is a huge passion of mine. And the fourth thing that kind of ties all these things together was COVID. When COVID hit, I quit playing video games and started making music content on TikTok. This content tied together my love for making songs, my love for making videos, and my love for producing. So it really ignited that fire I've always had to write songs and gave me the motivation to actually start releasing my own music as a solo artist. And number 9, are you where you want to be, or is there a higher goal? I'm extremely happy of where I am and the path that I'm currently on, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be. The longer I do this, the more I kind of learn what I want to get out of it. Recently, I actually started making YouTube videos helping out other independent artists. The channel is pretty small and only really has like a couple hundred subscribers, but basically I'm posting videos showing musicians how to market their music, how to produce certain genres, how to run Facebook ads, anything independent artist related. I understand how hard it is to wear all the hats, so I figured I'd make a channel helping out other artists. It has honestly been probably one of the most rewarding experiences. So many positive comments from people appreciating the help that I'm giving them. And I've met so many talented people along the way. And I've actually had people reach out wanting to pay me to produce songs for them. So I actually started taking on clients as a result of this. So all this kind of shifted my focus a little bit. In no way will I stop releasing music, but it has taught me that I really enjoy teaching and helping people. I think I've come to terms that being a full-time touring musician just isn't for me. So I think the goal is to somehow turn this hobby into a business of helping other artists grow. Like I said, the channel is in its infancy stages right now, but I really want to learn as much as I can about music production, music marketing, content creation, etc. So I can continue to help people along the way. And the only way to do that is to walk the walk and continue to release music as an independent artist. Anyways, my name's Luke Prov. You can check out my music on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever streaming service you'd like. And if you want to follow my YouTube channel for some independent artist advice, check out my channel. It's called Luke Prov Music. And if you're looking for a producer to produce any of your tracks, send me a message on Instagram at LukeProv, LukeProv. And we can see if we can work something out. Also, just wanted to say thank you to David for reaching out and having me on your podcast. I really love what you're doing, showcasing talented artists and sharing their journeys. To end this off, I'm going to grab my guitar and play one of my unreleased songs. It's called One Step at a Time. This is obviously a stripped down version of the song. The actual release has some huge sounding instruments, kind of like one of those folk anthem Mumford & Sons type songs. And it's about being stuck in that monotonous 9-to-5 grind, but having the hope that every small step you make towards your dreams brings you closer to making it a reality. And it will be available to stream March 21st. So thank you for listening to this podcast, and here's a quick preview of the song.
There was a time back in the day where I wasn't dreaming. You told me to stay. We were running around hoping of things, just hoping we make it, just hoping we'd be someone someday. And I've been nothing short of trying. Oh, I've been feeding this flame, moving one step at a time. I've been fighting this climb. I've been hanging on. I'm trying to land on this ground. I've been hanging on until this flame is gone. It's September 1, back of a cab. She was honest, she was sad. She told me shoot for the stars, so I shoot for the moon. But the sky in the car won't stay in tune. She was running around all over the place, but she could not find her way. Then I realized she was the person I'd become today. Now I've been nothing short of trying. Oh, I've been feeding this flame, moving one step at a time. I've been fighting this climb. I've been hanging on. I'm trying to land on this ground. I've been hanging on until this flame is gone.
That was Luke Prov playing his song One Step at a Time. Stream his music wherever you listen and follow him on Instagram. Also, his YouTube channel is called Prov Music. If you are a musician, this is a great channel to subscribe to. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are a musician and want to be featured, reach out to me at whyicreatepodcast@gmail.com. Please follow this show and share it with a few friends so we can push it to new listeners. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.